Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me the energy of the Ascended, who want to pose the question, where is your life? It's a very interesting question when you think about it. We'll give a few minutes for people to get on board here. Good morning, Leslie. Good to see you. Hello. Hi. Hi, Kathy. Glad to have you back. You know, science has been radicalized in so many ways to confuse people. And it's important that you understand the basic axiom to all sciences, the fundamental cornerstone to all sciences. Doesn't matter what science it is. You cannot have an effect without a cause, nor can you have a cause without an effect. It is the only thing that I think is impossible, is that you cannot have an effect without a cause, or a cause without an effect. When they first began sharing that consideration, said, look really deeply at that truth. Then you have to ask the question, you are an effect of something. Now, science, of course, would evaluate that while you're a physical individual in a physical body that originated as a organic material, a spermatozoa and an ovum coming together in the female body, and a process of gestation, that's the origins of your body. The origins of your body can easily be traced back to those causes, and now you have the effect on your body. But where did you come from? What is the cause of you? Now, conventional psychology, psychoanalysis, psychotherapy would say that you are an effect of all the stimuli, all the information that comes into your five physical senses that formulates this thing called your personality. And science would say, well, you are the effect of your environment. Well, let us clear that up for you. Your body and your personality are effects of the processes that are easily identifiable by the stimulation, but you are not an effect of the body. You are not an effect of your personality. While you struggle within the confines of the ideas, the informations, the past beliefs, the considerations, and evaluations you have about your life, this separate biological life that you find yourself living in, you, the one that observes the thoughts in your mind, that observes and evaluates memories, you sit and you suddenly remember something, or you anticipate something. This is the you that science does not understand. And there have been systems of philosophy and theology created to say that there's this entity called God that lives on a throne in a cloud somewhere in some mystical place. But we want you to understand that this cause, this first cause to you, what caused your existence, has been defined, again, by many philosophies and theologies as this mystical being called God. And we would say to you that this first cause is the source of your life, while your body and mind are predominantly the product of biological and energetic sensorial input, that is, data that comes into your five physical senses that constructs your personality. But you are not caused by the body, and you are not caused by your mind. You are caused by something else that science cannot weigh or measure, as sciences focus only on what is observable to the five physical senses, which has made it very difficult and tedious for many of you to begin to actually consider the possibility that this creation, this consciousness called God, actually exists. This God that manifested your consciousness is not the sole element of all that exists, but one other effect in a change of infinite and perpetual causes and effects, each differing in degree and intensity and scope of influence and effect over time, space, and matter. But your life, where is your life? Consider this. We know that from observances, if you find an individual has lost a part of their arms or legs, they do not have this part of the body, but they still have a sensation that the arm or the leg is there. Your science calls it phantom limb syndrome, where a limb is missing, but it seems to be that they feel that it is actually there. And then this other wonderful science called Karelian photography emerges in the late 60s in a country called the Soviet Union then, where they were able to take pictures of energy around objects. And lo and behold, when they took pictures of individuals who had lost arms and legs, the actual energy was still there. The actual invisible substance, the energy that supports and sustains the function of matter was still there. It's just that the function of matter was not there, but the structure of energy for that matter was still there. So in one sense, the consciousness of the individual is fully aware that the arm is still there as an energy, but it is not there as matter. If you move forward in your biological time to what you would call your late 70s and early 80s, where there was a wonderful man by the name of Dr. Bob Beck who began to understand that these energy fields could be reduced down in frequency. He purported a theory that these energy fields that exist around these places where the limbs were missing, that the energy could be stimulated or reduced down in frequency so as to become physical again. Which is not too difficult to consider when you look at a substance like water. And you can take a substance like water and you apply a frequency to this water, you can convert this water into this invisible substance called steam. It's invisible. And through a process of condensation, you can apply another frequency to that mysterious air around you, and you can bring out of the invisible the visible water again. Well, this wonderful being that recognized this principle of frequency adjustment and change demonstrated in his practices that indeed you could align a frequency to that invisible field and reduce the invisible back to the invisible. That is, you could restore the limb to matter from energy. You can restore the limb from matter to energy. So where is your life then? If the limb still exists in energy, where does your life actually exist? Is your physical body your life? It allows you to interact with this dimensional realm, but is the body actually your life? If the arm is missing but the energy is still there, is the arm the life or is the energy the life? And because science will only measure that which is visible and perceptible to its instrumentations, it cannot consider the invisible. It can theorize and hypothesize, but it cannot in fact say there is a God. There is an invisible being by the name of Christ. There is an invisible, non-physical being by the name of Yogananda. They cannot consider the possibility that without a physical form, that consciousness can still exist independent of matter. And if your body is not your life, then would it not make sense to get into communion of some sorts with the source of that life? We can assure you that this deity, this consciousness that your theologies and religions, and it does not matter what theology or religion you are a part of, you all have the belief in this invisible consciousness that you call God or the divine or Allah or what name you will choose to give to it. You all believe that this invisible force exists because you know it does. You know it does, but your definitions and interpretations of it have led to a great deal of confusion and misunderstanding about its function in your life and your relationship to it. Many of the ideologies and theologies and philosophies that you've been given to believe about this divinity, this consciousness, this first cause to what you call the known universe that you find yourself in. And we can assure you it is not the first cause, but it is another cause to another effect. As humans are causes to effects in the manifestation of their experience. But this facet of consciousness, the source of your life, not the source of your body, the source of your being. You know you exist. You all know you exist. And so there must be a cause in order for you to have the experience of existence. Just as you know you can tell your hand to open and close, and you know that there is a cause, and you are that cause directing that effect. So too, the very nature of your being hints at a cause to your life. What is the source of the cause of your life? Your sciences have striven to try and find evidence in the material world that supports and sustains whether or not there is a first cause, a God, if you will. But the very fact that life exists at all is indication that there is another causative consciousness. One that does not require physical evidence, even though it has plenty of physical evidence. Trees and birds and planets and stars did not come out of nothing. They had a cause to that effect. The manifestations of human creation, your technologies, did not have mysterious causes that came out of somewhere. New ideas and inspiration that you received originated from somewhere. You were contemplating a problem, seeking a solution diligently. And one comes to you. And from where did that solution come? It did not come from a book. It did not come from a man. It came from within you. From somewhere within you came the answer. From somewhere within you comes your life. You can measure the effect of your beating heart and recognize that there is something causing the beat of your heart. But the heart is not the source of the light. It is the source that animates the movement and the activities of biology, as does the function of the nervous system activate the function of neurology and thought. But these are effects of causes. What would it mean to you if you could be in touch with the very source of your life? That you could close your eyes and ears and turn inward and touch the hand of that life that is within you. Many of you seek to find the joy, the fulfillment, and the happiness from your things and your money and your stuff. And these are wonderful manifestations, but they are not the source of your life. They are not the source of your inspiration, your ideation. Where is your life? You would look for it in your paychecks, and you would look for it in your relationships, and you would look for it in your jobs, and you would look for it in your holidays and your days and your weeks and your hours and your months and your years. You would look for it there, but you shall not find it there. It is within you. And if you are willing to begin to turn away from the world to look elsewhere, not in the thinking mind, as thoughts, as we've already said, thoughts and beliefs that you have are more often than not acquired from this world, from the activity of the senses interacting with your environment, your beliefs, your ideas, your considerations, your values often originate from the stimulation of the senses from the world, but they are still not the source of your life. But many of your philosophies and religions and innovations and creations did not come from this world. Your inspirations, your art, your poetry, your innovation, your inspiration, your passion, your excitement, they originate from within you. And where is the source of those? What is the source of your interest in art or dance or science? What is the source of that within thee? Would you look to that source? To that which says, dance, you will like to dance, and you dance and you love to dance. And that within you which says, create a new machine. Let me give you an idea for a new machine. And you are delighted and you create a new machine and say, look at what I did. But do you look to the life that gave you that idea that you did? Can you touch upon it? You have a great, what you call a masterpiece of art in one of your considered revered places where you see the hand of man and the hand of God touching. You see it and you look up at that and you think, that is delightful. It's an incredible work of art. The great artist Michelangelo, seeking to embody the anthropomorphic understanding that he had of what the divine connection is. But from where did his passion, his joy, the source, the cause of his passion to present that objectification of the divine? You must understand that as long as you seek in the world that which is within you, you shall not find what you seek. To seek within yourself, to go deeply on a little spiritual vacation, if you will, where you go inside, away from the world, on a journey, up the mountain, away from your world. You know, your great teacher Moses did this. He climbed the mountain inside. It is not a physical mountain. Many of you have been confused by the stories you've been told about these things, but the movement in his consciousness to the divine was inside, not outside. Represented as stories that those who could truly understand the journey would discover it. So let us say to you that this proverbial mountain to climb where you will find the divine fire of God as you would understand it is within you. Beyond the body, beyond the mind, to the top, the pinnacle of your perception, beyond the influence of the world. What do you think the mountain means? That you climb above the world. You leave mind and body behind and you seek within. And you begin to discover that it is not about a story in a mountain. It is the journey within, above and beyond your personality, above and beyond what you've been told to believe and accept as true. And each and every one of you, regardless of the religious or theological dogmas that you are bound to by your conditioning, that each one of you may climb that mountain and discover for yourself, within yourself, the truth of this, and not be bound by the dogma and dictates of those who would keep you enslaved to a series of ideas that restricts and limits you from the experience of the truth yourself directly. The divine exists in you, not in the synagogues, not in the temples. The divine is within you right now. The cause of your being, the source of your life. Will you climb that mountain? the statement, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all else shall be added unto you." And it is not a place in this world, it is within you. At least fundamental truths cannot be completely erased. And as you choose to explore, not to keep your mind and your eyes in the books, but to turn away from this world, to climb, ascend yourself beyond what you know, beyond what you've been taught to believe and think, to discover where your life is. Where does it originate? What is the cause of you? And we can assure you that when you begin to experience the cause of you, there is such a delight, such a wonder, such a relief, such a bliss. And what you can bring to this world from the source of your life is far greater than anything you shall ever acquire from this world. Something neither riches nor fame nor power can give you, but the very spark of love given to you from the very source of your life is a far greater wealth than you could ever imagine. And so you find yourselves divided by dogma, belief, idea, misinterpretation. Much of this dogma is supported and sustained by scientific ideologies that do not evaluate first cause unless they're measurable by matter. There is a cause to the beating heart, and a neurologist will tell you that there is a place in your brain that stimulates this cause to incline the heart to beat. But he cannot tell you what stimulates that cause in the brain that would cause your heart to beat. He cannot tell you. Beyond that which is measurable, science cannot take you. Nor can the priest, nor the rabbi, nor the minister take you to that sacred space within you. It is within you, here and now. You will not find it in these words we speak. You must close the gates of your temple and go within. You need to do this if you wish to know this. But many of you will still continue to pursue that your happiness and your joy and your fulfillment will come from how much money you have or do not have, how many people adore you or do not adore you, how much wealth you've accumulated. But there has been no rich man that could bring his wealth to heaven. This climb up the mountain is within you. To leave the baser nature of the body, think of your body as the base of that mountain, and that you put your body into a state where you are not bound and caught up in it, and you move your consciousness beyond the confines of the mind. You move your awareness beyond the confines of the body, beyond the confines of the mind, and you move your awareness beyond the confines of what the world would tell you to think or to feel or to believe. You have this ability to do this here and now. Right now, begin the journey. Close the gates of the temple. You see, many humans have created these wonderful places around the world, temples and ashrams, and wonderful places to begin the climb up the mountain. But you can begin the climb right where you are. If you know how to differentiate yourself from your mind, if you recognize that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, this is a very good step to realize these thoughts and these emotions are not who I am, but they are what I possess in my mind and my body. It is what I've been given by this world. The burdens placed upon me by the world are the beliefs, the thoughts, and the ideologies I've been given. And when you realize you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not your body, you are a sentient being, here embodied in flesh to learn very specific things. And as you come to the position where you put your mind and body still and quiet, you begin to climb up to the top of the temple. You may only know first cause through your own encounter with it. Even what we say may intrigue you, inspire you, or discourage you. It does not matter from our perspective. But only your experience of it will be sufficient for you to know the truth. And the truth will set you free from the dogma made up by human confusion, theological and philosophical considerations that evaluate only what is observable to the senses, but not the truth of the cause of that. Only you can discover that through your own willingness to climb the mountain. It is in your power to climb. And it can be very difficult sometimes. You might slip and fall into your anger and your frustration and your disappointment, or you may be so caught up in the world and your suffering and your belief in your suffering, and it can be very difficult to get past that cliff or that ledge in your mind. But once you recognize that your mind and your body are instruments over which you have an authority, you have a natural authority over your mind and body that you may choose to defer to your philosophies and theologies and your sciences. You may defer the authority over your own mind to others and let them run and govern your mind. Or you may turn inward and quiet your mind, pull away from the world sufficient enough to begin to at least explore the possibility of what we're saying. That you can begin to explore the possibility that you can ascend to the very gates of heaven yourself, to the source and cause of your life. And again, even the definition of the word heaven has been steeped in so much confusion. We speak of a state of being and consciousness that must be experienced to be understood. The word heaven being a state that determines a state of such bliss and well-being, a most marvelous and wonderful place that still, by definition, does not compare to the actuality of the experience. Just as you would not understand the actuality if you were to meet the living masters, if they were to come to you and say, we know the way that you may find and know the source of your life, that which loves you so profoundly and unconditionally, that will let you come into this world and do as you will. It will let you harm yourself and others. You are free. It loves you so much that you can be free to suffer and prosper. But that you can know that source yourself directly. It's beating your heart right now. It makes the activity of the brain that causes the heart to beat to occur. And yet it is not in flesh, but it is in flesh. It is both here and not here. Our only reason for coming today is to at least stimulate some curiosity for those of you that are fed up with confusion and uncertainty with your religious and philosophical and theological considerations that have created a primordial mechanism of confusion and separation amongst you. And yet, the very same source that made the prophet or the Christ or the Buddha is the same. And each of them said to you also, you may know God if you venture to sit at his feet. And again, the metaphor of the communication can certainly interfere with the understanding that you must simply get your mind and body quiet and calm and peaceful, that you're above that. Have you ever climbed a mountain before? It's very peaceful at the top of a mountain. If you go down, you can look down and you see the cities from the top of the mountain, and you know that it's noisy, but you do not hear the noise up there. You've ascended the mountain in your journey to the divine. In your journey to the divine, your mind gets quieter. You are not bound up by the distractions of the senses. You're not bound up. You move away from thought and memory and anticipation. You ascend your awareness beyond them, and then you begin to find the peace that is beyond this world and within you. If you are brave enough to continue to surrender your attachment to your thinking and your remembering and your confusion, if you're brave enough to say, I'm not going to listen to this confusion, I'm not going to listen to, I'm going to say, be still. I'm going to move away from these. You have that authority. Your mind is not you. Your body is not you. They are simply instruments. But our primary reason is to give those that are ready to make this move. And there are many of you that are saying there's something going on. Why am I here? And you cannot find why you are here, because why you are here did not come from this world. Why you are here came from another world, another state. And so you may look here and there and everywhere to try and find why am I here, but you will not find it in the world. You may bring it to the world, but you may not find it in the world. Consider this. If you can get your mind and body, and you can, it is within the reach of every living, sentient human soul on this planet that within you is the pathway to the divine, each and every one of you. No one can give you the path that is already within you. You can climb that path, or you may not climb that path. But no man can give you the way. The way is within you already. There are those that can say to you, do this, try this, but you must make the journey. Only you can make the journey there, to quiet your mind, to calm your body, to go within, to rise up beyond the cacophony of noise and distractions of the world, to ascend your consciousness to that peak that touches heaven itself within you. That peak within yourself where you can touch heaven and say, I want to know you. I want to know that which is what made me as I am. And in that place of peace, if you remain there sufficiently, you remain there open, we can assure you that there's an awareness that knows that you have arrived there. And you will not come back the same way. When you reach the place of the divine within yourself, you will not come back to this world the same ever again. And therein, many of you will fear this, because who shall you be if you are not who you've been conditioned to be by your world? Many will look upon you very differently, as they did upon your Moses, when he came back and they could see the illumination upon his face, the bright, radiant light of love, divine love flowing through him, as they did with your Master Jesus and many of your other ascended masters, Gabriel and Raphael and many others, that they come to you with the illumination of the divine in their eyes and in their presence. And they say to you, this is within you. Look within you. They would never say, look to me, I am your God, I am your leader. They would never say this. They would say, you may find this as I have found this. Go this way, do this, and you shall find it if you walk this path. And everybody wonders at the wonder, believing that the divine blessed them exclusively. We can assure you the divine has blessed you all equally. You are all blessed equally. But you must now return to that source and give up the way this world has taught you to believe you should be in this world and begin to discover what it is that which made you would offer you to do and be. For if from the world of man you have not found fulfillment and happiness and joy, then you must turn somewhere else. And if you've gone to one religion to another, from one belief to another, from one dogma to another, but have still not found fulfillment and satisfaction, then you will not find the truth in the world, but it exists within you. The statement, "I am the truth and the way," means you recognize the distinction between yourself and your relationship to that consciousness that made you, the source of your being and your existence, that which made you. We know already that the world constructed your personality by the way it stimulated your senses. And we know that your biology is a product of the interaction of electromagnetic energy between the male and female body, and their function of transference of energy produced your physical body that created a vehicle into which you could exist in this physical world. But they are not the source of you. Your mother, your father, let them be honored and cherished, but even your mother and father of this world are not the source of you, though they should be honored and cherished. But the source of you is within you. And you may pursue it, and you may choose to ignore it. But the choice is exclusively and completely yours. When we came to share this conception of where is your life, it was to incline you to consider at least that if you can evaluate your thoughts in your mind, then you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts if you can evaluate them and examine them. So who then are you that evaluates? And from whence cometh thou? From where did you come? This you that can observe thoughts, this you that can evaluate through the senses, the ongoings of the world. Are you willing to go on an adventure of the unknown? For it is in the realm of the unknown that you will come to know what you do not. As your great mystic Buddha stated, you must not know to know. You must not know to know. So you must divest yourself of what you know, what you've been taught to believe and remember and anticipate and expect, and you must surrender those so that you can begin to pursue what the unknown has for you. And that which is unknown is significantly vaster than all human knowledge combined. The unknowable is vaster, more comprehensive than anything known to humanity, anything that will ever be known to humanity. But there are moments that individuals in humanity have climbed that mountain and touched the hand of that light that is their life. And it says, "Here, take this, my child, and bring this to your brothers and sisters." And they did. They brought their technology and their information. Look at your technologies today. Given to them. Inspiration brought forth. Curiosity is not of the flesh. Curiosity is of the soul. So consider this proposition that this journey to what you would call or have been told to call God, or whatever you've been defined as the source of your life, that it does not come from a book. It does not come from a man. It comes from within you. And the journey must be undertaken by you to realize that truth. Even though we could say that to you, you would still not know it until you experienced it yourself. But you may remain in the suffering you live in, or the wealth that you live in. You may remain in this world as you are. but you will always be in what you know. You will never know what you do not know. But the journey to the unknown requires that you climb that mountain we spoke of earlier, where you close the gates of the temple, you close the thinking mind, the anticipations, the memory. You journey away from the known. And in that journey away from the known, you will begin to reveal the unknown. And there are many realms in the unknown, many ideas and inspirations that human fancy has been blessed with over time. Your art, your cultures, even your philosophies and sciences, your considerations of psychology, medicine, from the very source that is what we are speaking of today, from the source of the unknown. And many of you at this time are yearning to know the truth, discouraged by the disappointment you experience by not being able to find it in your money or in your relationships or in your pain and suffering, because you will not find it in this world. But you can go and you can touch that light within yourself and you can bring it to this world. You can bring the light of your Creator to this world, as some have done. And many of you are in a position to make this journey if you are willing to do so. The choice is yours, but consider, where is your life? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I don't know about you guys, I got goosebumps all over my body. It's been just quite amazing. Thank you. So questions. Good morning, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Having that energy flowing through is really beautiful. Hi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, Kathy, for the roses. Remember, if you've enjoyed any of this content, to like, subscribe, and share this material. Whether you're on my YouTube channel, my Facebook, or my TikTok, please like, subscribe, share this with other people. This particular event today was called Where is Your Life by the Ascendant. And the full message that you just heard, the full message will be available after this transmission is completed, after you take a few questions and answers. And then you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel. And you'll also find snippets and shorts that'll start being peppered around wherever they can be received. But hi, good morning. Who we got here? Hi, Bridget. Good to see you. Hi, guys. Can't type, nauseous. Wow, big energy. Yeah, very big energy. Good morning, everybody. Hi, the God Council. Oh, we going up. I love that. We are going up. Humanity's in a wonderful place, I keep telling you the same thing again and again. This whole idea that you're not your body, you have a body. You're not your mind, you have a mind. And yeah, I don't want to diminish from the beauty of what was just done. Delete me. Can you tell me why I feel so stuck in my life? Well, first of all, you got to stop. Change the name you have. Delete me. You don't need to be deleted. You need to be remembered. You need to remember yourself. The statement, know thyself, is not in reference to your physical body. It is not in reference to your memories and your thoughts and the construction of personality that you find yourself struggling in. The know thyself is the you that hears these words and can feel whether they are true or false. You are only stuck in your life because you are stuck in your mind and in the beliefs that the world has given you that limit you from fully articulating your natural expression. Many of you have been given beliefs and ideas from this world that act as a prison upon your own consciousness. Religious and philosophical dogmas that enslave people to those beliefs and ideas. You have great, highly evolved intellectual individuals on this planet, and they are still bound by the confines of the dogma under which they were acquired their knowledge and understanding. Even the soul trapped within the dogma. So you are not stuck. You are simply under the illusion that you are stuck. That you believe that the thoughts, the ideas, and the conditions of your life are the only ones you can experience. And this is simply not true. You can conceive of new possibilities in your consciousness. You can receive inspiration and guidance. Put aside your fear and your anger. Put aside your frustration. Because you are not them. You are aware of them. But you are frustrated because you believe in these things. You believe that you are stuck. You believe I can't get anything working for me. You believe a thing that causes you to experience your existence in a certain way. As you believe, so it shall be. And yet you may change your mind, and so it shall be something else when you change your mind and what you believe. And you have it within your authority. Every one of you has it within your authority to change your belief. To change your belief. Right now. To evaluate what you've been taught to accept as true or false. To evaluate what is true and what is false. To change that which is false for that which is true. For many of you have been given ideas that are false. You have an entire segment of your population that believes that there are evil people, the infidels, and you have another group of people say they are evil too. Beliefs based in dogmatic philosophies and theologies and ideologies that do not represent the truth of your nature. You are not a philosophy. You are not just a body and a collage of information. You are a spiritual entity with the function of free will to accept, reject, and believe anything you would choose. And those who choose not to evaluate the truth of a thing shall be bound by its lie. Those who do not evaluate the truth of a thing shall be bound by its lie. Your sciences can only evaluate what is measurable to the senses. You, in your journey beyond the mind and the body, can begin to evaluate that which is not perceptible to your senses. You know it exists, but you are not stuck. You are in the belief, the ideas that support and sustain the condition that you call being stuck. Even the idea of considering another possibility. To consider that there is a way for you and that you can be open to it even if you do not see it. Consider that possibility, that there is a way for me and I'm open to experiencing it and knowing it. For you can create new belief, new idea, and change the conditions of your existence by a function of your will. You have a will, every one of you. You may surrender your will to a belief or an ideology, to a philosophy. You can surrender your will to an idea that is not even yours. And by the mere act of surrendering your will to an idea, you will live in that idea. And you will reap the effects and consequences of that idea. Many of you who think you are free are not free. Many of you who think you are stuck are not stuck. But as you believe it, so it is. It's very simple. Hi. Thank you for that sticker, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. Hi. You're very, very welcome. But change your YouTube username from delete me to something more in alignment with who you want your experience to be. Because words and ideas create energy. Words and ideas create energy. It's what makes some people believe in things, because there's an energy to it. Let's see if I tune in. Yeah. Change it from delete me to something more beneficent to you. Unless the you that you want to delete is your ego. If you want to delete your ego, then you'll awaken to who you are. Wow, thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Can my guides comment anything about yesterday, please? Yeah, they can. The light in me is vibrating and gleaming, so glowing, so beautiful. That's wonderful. Yes. You're very welcome, Dean. Hi. Let me take a moment just to thank the Ascended and their presence here, because their energy is always so beautiful. You're very welcome. Hi. Give it a as you believe, so it shall be. Hi. I need some clarity on how to use my gifts fully. Now, a lot of people are struggling with their life because you're looking for the answer in a place where you're not going to find it. A lot of people are trying to find your answers. How can I change my life within the sphere of what you know in your mind? Only what you know and remember. You're not going to find anything new. It's what Jesus talks about with me. He says, you can't find new ideas in old ideas. And I think in Christian mythology, they talk about you can't put old cloth on new cloth, or old wine in new bottles, something like that. But he's referring to in your thinking mind, what you've been taught to believe about the world. You cannot find anything in there that's new. You can't get anything new out of your mind, which is based in memory. So you need to learn how to differentiate your awareness from your thoughts. We go into the master classes that they've given us to teach others. We'll show you the way on how to get there. So go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, and check out our masterclass series there, where you can actually learn directly from them channeling through me and our other instructors the process for how to actually differentiate yourself from the contents of your mind so you're not subjected to it. People only suffer because they're attached to what they know. And what I'm paraphrasing when they said earlier, you have to not know what you know. You have to go into the unknown to free yourself of the difficulties, right? Will the steps I took the past week bring in what I'm looking for? Yes, but you need to go beyond. You see, as long as you have that question mark there, you are holding doubt. In your question, you were telling us that you were holding doubt. So it's important, from our perspective, we can say, yes, of course you can. It is done. Can you say this? Can you believe this? Because your question tells us that you still do not believe that which you have initiated. So you may say, I will make this happen, but you go, but am I really going to make it happen? And as long as you have that doubt, you will delay the process. So from our perspective, it is already done. Can you believe this also, that it is done? To be rejoicing, excited about the creation. You may choose to do that at any time. Hi, Dean. Being in the now works for me. Leaving that painful past behind was easy once I know how. Yeah, it's very true. You do not, most people live in the past present. Most people don't live in the present. Most people are either living in a past present, that is, you remember what happened to you, and you keep that in your mind all the time, and you recreate it, so you're living in a past present, or you're living in a future past. So you expect what's happened before might happen again. You need to teach your mind and body to be in the present moment. You need to teach your mind and body to be in the present moment. And much of what's happening in the world today is not going to let you do that. There are a lot of people that benefit from you not being able to be in the present moment, not being able to think and create for yourself. Right? You need to learn to be in the present moment. Thank you for sharing that, Dean. Learn to be in the present moment. So important. Nice contribution. Lisa, am I spending too much time seeking answers, trying to climb the mountain? I'm uninterested in everything else. That's a great question, Lisa. And I was told, you get to the point where you're not distracted by the world. Your mind and body are not capturing your attention, and you're in that place of bliss. You need to ask. The statement that they gave me to give was, I'm open and receptive to knowing what I need to know at this time. I'm open and receptive to being inspired to what I need to do at this time. I'm open and receptive to the knowledge, the wisdom, and the truth that's necessary to carry out my reason for being here. You need to, at that point where the mind and body are not distracted, you have to be willing to be open and receptive to receiving. You have to. You need to learn that step. That you're not just going up there sitting in peace. You're going up there and you're going to say, okay, now here I am. Hey, I'm open and receptive to being inspired, to being guided. Lots of humans do it. You know, Henry Ford, Nikola Tesla, Elon Musk. Many of these beings have contemplated, what do I want to do? What am I here for? And they get the answers. And you need to get, when you get to that place where you're out of your mind and you're out of your body and you need to remember to ask, what is your goal? What is your service? What is your purpose? What are you here to do? Your mind won't give you the answer because your mind is only containing what it remembers. The only way you're going to find that answer is in that place. And you're doing the right thing, Lisa. You're getting to the place where your mind and body are not distracting you anymore. It's not about not being interested in the world. It's simply saying, I'm now open and receptive to being divinely inspired and guided. It knows what you mean. It knows what you mean. So you must take that next step. I mean, Master Jesus spent 40 days in deep meditation where he would not be distracted or disturbed by anybody or anything of this world. And he kept that place. He got to that place and he was yearning to know, reveal to me why I am here. Why did you make me? What am I here to do? And he got the dispensation he was given, as did Moses. Got the dispensation that he was given to share it to people. So did Yogananda. So did Buddha. So did Babaji. And many of these ascended masters, Archangel Gabriel. These beings went to that place finally. They left the world behind and then went to that space. Again, many of them have called it heaven. That space where you're above the world. And literally, if you're down in a noisy city, it's so loud and crazy, and you suddenly drive up a mountain like 8,000, 9,000 feet up, and you stand on that mountain, it's pristine and quiet. You get out of the world. The world doesn't distract you anymore. So when you're up there in consciousness, you want to ask, reveal to me what I need to know. I'm here. I'm open and receptive. And be open and receptive. Be like an open cup. Literally, when you're there, say, I'm open to receiving my purpose, my dispensation. What is it you would have me do or think? Or you need to do that. A lot of people are doing that in the world, and they get stuff what men want them to do and what men want them to think and what people want them to believe. But you're moving to a state of consciousness that is available to everybody. But not everybody can make that journey. They haven't learned how to. Yeah, you can do that right now. Please, Lisa, do that. That's wonderful, Kimberly. Uh, Thank you, Lisa. Please keep on. JC Lee, I've come so far in healing over the last decade. At one point was in a wheelchair and used mobility aids, now walking unaided. I still have seizures, etc. Congratulations, JC. So you're understanding, I got goosebumps all over my body. You're understanding how to actually commune with love. You're actually doing it. You're moving to that place, and I know you're interacting with the flesh, but you're acting under divine inspiration. Because I mean, where did you get the drive and the push to affect this healing? The seizures are no different. The seizures will follow the same process, and yours is the gift of healing. You already know that, but one cannot teach what they cannot apply, and you've done it. You can teach people, you could show them exactly what you did to the degree you've done it and help others. You've already been given a dispensation. Use the little bit you've got and you'll be rewarded. When you start to use the little bit that you start to receive, the divine starts to work through you even more. And that was one of the reasons Master Jesus is a healer, right? Right? He became an expert in healing. It sounds like you're on that same journey. Thanks for sharing that. It's okay. Remember, the stuck feeling is not you. Please remember, your stuck feelings are not you. You're aware of them. They're beliefs. They're ideas that are stored in your neurophysiology and psychology, but your beliefs are not you unless you accept that you are those beliefs. You can change beliefs. And that stuck feeling lives in your body somewhere. And it's true for everybody, okay? Everybody, your feelings and thoughts live in your body. So wherever that stuck feeling, JC, listen. Feel where that stuck feeling, where you feel that energy of stuck in your body right now. Do this right now with me. Feel that stuck feeling in your body. Where is it? Is it in your chest, your head? Feel where the stuck energy is in your body. Because for a feeling to be in your body, to feel stuck, it lives somewhere in your flesh. So find out, pinpoint where in your body that feeling is, and then turn your attention to the space that stuck feeling occupies in your body. Turn your attention to that space where the stuck feeling is in your body. And then take your two hands and put them over that space, whether it's in your heart or your stomach, and just turn to that space and say, no matter how stuck you are, I love you anyway. Communicate that thought to that stuck feeling in your body. No matter how stuck you feel, I love you anyway. Go deeply into that. Really communicate and give those words in all sincerity to that stuck feeling. No matter how stuck you are, I love you anyway. No matter how stuck you are, I love you anyway. Let them feel that. And you're going to feel a shift or a change in that energy. And once you feel that shift or change, you know you've caused a shift in the energy. And once you cause a shift in the energy in the body, you start to cause changes in the effects in the body. Because once you change an energy in the body, it functionally changes how the body operates. Let us know what you experienced there, JC. I'd be really happy to hear more. Thank you so much. Just do that process. Thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Thank you too, Jasmine. So appreciate that. Hi guys. Let's see what we got else. What else we got going on here? Hi. Thank you for following. Oh, we got 17 people on my team now. That's pretty cool. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. Haha. So what message do my guides have for me? Again, you need to really move into love. You got to start serving other people. You got to start doing good for others. Well, thank you for that cowboy hat. I guess I could change my accent to match that. Thank you for the butterfly. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the angels for being in my life. I truly love you all so much. Thank you so much. Very kind of you to say that. Let's see here. Yeah, I have to work that out. Listening to the present is mind to master life. Yes, that's the truth. Hi, William. It's my 30th birthday. Happy 30th birthday to you. Does my spirit have any message for me in this new decade of life? Yes. Learn to function from love, not fear. Really important. Yeah. Yeah. I'm being told to tell you too, a relationship based in real love is very important for you to seek that in this dimension. To seek a very profound, connecting relationship based in love, you need to live in that love. Most people equate, most humans I've been told equate love to sensuality. Oh, I love the taste of this. Oh, that feels so good. I love that. I love those clothes. I love this. Love is not about that. Love is a vibrational state of being that gives you such a deep respect and appreciation for all others, including your own mind and body. It's very different. And in this next decade for you can be really, 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 really powerful and exciting. But they're saying to me, finding authentic love is really important. Authentic love in yourself so that you have it around you all the time. Yeah. Somebody just from the background said, tell her to exercise more. They told me to tell you to exercise more through that. And thank you. Appreciate that. Hi, guys. The idea of monitoring my thoughts 24/7, akin to monitoring my heartbeat, overwhelming. It's not about monitoring your thoughts. That's a lot of people. It's not about monitoring your thoughts all the time. You need to teach your mind to be quiet so that you can choose what thoughts it will think. You can literally teach your mind to be quiet. You can. Doesn't matter what. You can literally teach your mind to be still and quiet. So it's not about monitoring your thoughts. That can drive you batshit crazy because you're trying to watch this thought and that thought. It's confusing. You need to teach your mind to be still and quiet. Then you can just start to choose what thinking you want to do, rather than just letting your mind, like most people have their mind going, yeah. You stop it. You got to teach your mind to be still and quiet. Our masterclass series, you'll learn to do that. You'll learn to find so much joy and peace in your mind. You'll start to see your mind as an incredible and beautiful and wondrous instrument. Most people believe what's going on in the mind is terrifying and I can't stop it, it's crazy. No, it's because you have to learn how to operate your mind. They don't teach kids how to run their mind, they teach kids how to listen. You listen to what I'm saying, tell me, and most kids are like that. And by the time you get to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, mid-20s, you're like, what do I, That's how most people are. Their minds are driving them crazy. Because education does not teach you to differentiate between yourself and your mind and your body. They teach you that you are your thoughts and you are your body. You're not. Right? So for you, really important to teach your mind to be still and quiet. Teach it. It won't learn it by itself. Or you can keep letting the world teach your mind for you, which is why most people are messed up, because you're letting the world tell you what to believe in. The world tell you what to think. Everything you hear here, please evaluate it carefully. Make certain it resonates with your heart and your soul. Make certain you can prove what is being said by application. You can take your left index finger. Of course, if you're right-handed, you could use your right index finger. Then you can literally take your index finger, and you can put it to your lips like this, and just go, shh. and your mind will go quiet. Do it right now. Just make that sound. And watch what happens in your mind. Even if it pauses for a moment, it gives you personal experience and evidence that you can teach your mind to be quiet. You just have to teach it enough times until it remembers how to do that. Only got about another 5 minutes left, guys. Hello, I hear people speaking of connecting with the spirit guides, communicating and understanding them. Is there a way I can do that? I have a very hard time with communicating with people too. Well, Dot, I would, again, sign up for Masterclass 101. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Our Masterclass 101 called Awakening starts in March 1st. And I can promise you, you will begin to connect to the realm of spirit. I mean, you're already connected to it. It's just that most people only look at the world from the 5 sensory self, what you see, smell, touch, taste, hear. You have to learn to activate these other perceptual aspects of your consciousness: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. But there's nothing wrong with anybody, any of you. There's nothing wrong with anybody. It's just that you've been given information, ideas, and beliefs that are not in alignment with who you are as a spiritual entity, right? But there's nothing wrong with you, darling. Yeah, come and sign up for Masterclass 101. It starts, again, March the 1st. That's to March 21st. It's a 3-week program. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you felt a shift and a warmth and a growth. Because once you can feel your body reacting and responding to an idea you hold in it, once you can interact with any emotional state that lives in the body or any thought pattern in the mind, and you learn how to shift it and change it in the correct fashion, you can shift your subconscious mind very rapidly. You can overcome debilitating mental and emotional conditions if you understand the difference between you, the emotional condition, and how you interact with that emotional energy. We've had people come into our classes that are extremely traumatized by horrific things. And they get into a process where they learn to have a different communication with that part inside that's feeling pain and anger and sadness or terror. Once you learn how to communicate differently to your mind and body, they'll start to change. And most people are not taught that you can communicate to your mind and you can communicate to your body differently than you've been taught to. This is just the way I think, this is just the way I feel, I can't change it. That's how most people believe. But your mind and your body are instruments that you can learn to operate correctly, beneficently, wondrously. Your mind is a beautiful thing when you learn to reshape it and make it in the image and likeness of your choosing. Right? Thank you for sharing that. Really appreciate it. What message does my higher self have for me? Grounding for you today, very important. And there's a tone, there's a sound that came out of the East a long time ago. It's the sound of Om, O-H-M, the sound Om. Om. That's a sound you want to spend time with today. Go outside, get near a tree, get your feet on the ground, and when you're doing that, make that sound Om, and feel the vibration of that sound and how it affects your body and how it affects what's going on in your mind. Just that sound, Om, and go into how that affects your body and your mind while you're grounding. Really easy and simple, right? Hi. Wonderful. You're very welcome. I understand. How many people we got here today? Got a good handful of people. I gotta take one more question from TikTok and we'll call it a day. Thank you for the Jolly Joy Bean, whatever that is. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate that. Yeah, I really do. I appreciate your support. Listen, to all those guys, you guys that are from the talent agencies, the TikTok agencies that are coming in and asking me to support me, I really appreciate your support. Really, I do. I just don't want to get into the competitive games because that's not what they want. That does not represent what is happening here. But whatever way you can continue to support my channel, I deeply appreciate it. And if you can share, like, and subscribe this message and information with other people, that's even better to get this information out to the people. So let's take one more question here. Oh, that's a great idea. Yep. Highly recommend it. Thank you for mentioning that. If anybody wants to, buy your loved one or a family member or even yourself, buy a 30-minute reading or a 1-hour reading with yourself on my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Give yourself an amazing Christmas gift. And getting closer to the 21st, aren't we? I think we're just another 10 days. We have our Patrons Only Live event. I love this. I'm learning something. That's wonderful. I learn something every day too, like that. Yes, you can move into that state. You can feel it very easily. Thank you for subscribing. To my YouTube subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. Oh, you're very welcome. Gen X, 100%. Yes, connect thoughts. Strengthening by the breath. Yes. Yes. Master level. Yes, it is master level. These guys are master level. When I do an energy healing, the constant feedback is that of I feel lighter. That's good. If you're doing healing, any of you that are in the healing arts, if you're getting tired when you're healing, that's because you're trying to be the healer. You are not the healer. The power is the healer. You're a channel. In the practice of Reiki, you allow an energy to flow through you to them. You can have the idea that this energy should heal their kidney or their gallbladder or you can have the idea and allow the energy to carry it out. Because you can't heal a pancreas. You can't even build a pancreas. You can't heal a kidney. But there's an intelligence that knows how to make a pancreas and make a kidney. You want that energy to work through you. And you'll find that when you're allowing spirit to flow freely through you, your energy will not go down, it will go up. So after healing work, your energy is going to be up and up and up and up. If you're using personal energy, if you're trying to be the healer, you're going to get tired. You're going to exhaust because that's ego energy, right? Don't want to do that. Who is the Galactic Federation? The Galactic Federation is a conglomerate of various species that live in what we call our galaxy. They consist of beings like the Pleiadians, the Lyrans, the Blue Avians, the Reptilians. There's different beings from different parts of this galaxy. And it shifts and changes. But those are the few that I know that, yes. But it's a collection of individuals that actually work actively at uniting this galactic consciousness. Because we got our human consciousness on this earth, it's one aspect. But there's also solar consciousness, there's galactic consciousness, there's expands, and then there's universal consciousness, and so on. But the Galactic Federation is part of that galactic consciousness that's evolving right now. Hi. Okay, last question, guys. Okay. Takes one to know one. How does someone release doubt? Any mantras I would suggest? Well, first of all, it's not about releasing it, it's about transforming it. And this is one of the beautiful things that one beautiful thing they've taught me over the last 5.5 years is it's not about getting rid of your anger and getting rid of your fear. It's about learning how to transform it from one state into another. So when you feel that doubt, just communicate this thought to your doubt. Just communicate to the doubt. You can do it right now. Get in touch with your doubt and say to it, no matter how you feel, I will love you and take care of you. Communicate that to that sensation of doubt and you'll feel almost an immediate change in it. So just communicate that to it. No matter how you feel, I love you and I will take care of you. And we're going to end off the day with that, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. Remember to like, subscribe, share, follow, and most importantly, share this information with other people. For those of you that want to get the full message, go to my YouTube channel, probably in about the next 35 minutes. where the full message from the Ascended will be available for everybody to watch. Have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day. I'll see you guys on the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Bye for now.